Hey everyone, today we're going to explore a really fascinating force, one that shapes our decisions every single day, and a lot of the time, we don't even see it happening. It's the simple but incredibly powerful principle of liking. I mean, just think about it for a second. Have you ever found yourself buying something or agreeing to a favor you didn't really have time for, just because the person asking was so darn nice?
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet we've all been there.
Well, that is definitely not a coincidence. It's actually a predictable part of how we're wired. We are literally built to say yes more often and more easily to the people that we know and like.
So what's really going on inside our heads when this happens? Let's put a name to it and break down what is truly one of the most fundamental tools of persuasion: the liking principle.
At its heart, it's actually pretty simple. The liking principle just means that we are way more open to ideas, requests, and suggestions from people we have good feelings about. It's as basic as that.
And here's the thing, it's not just about being friendly. It's about actively, building that rapport, finding those real points of connection with someone. That's what really supercharges likability.
Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of it. Why is this so incredibly effective? What are the gears turning in our minds that just makes us open right up to the people we like?
Well, the biggest driver by far is similarity. We just have this natural, almost magnetic pull toward people who are like us. You could even call it a basic human instinct.
And this is where the magic really happens. The moment you find out someone roots for the same team, or grew up in the same area, or loves the same weird hobby you do, bam, an instant bond is formed. And that feeling, that sense of affinity, immediately builds a foundation of trust. In that connection from being similar, it flows right into the next crucial piece of the puzzle: trust. When we like someone, our brain kind of automatically puts a little trustworthy sticker on them. We just start to give their words more weight.
We instinctively lower our guard. It's like our brain takes a shortcut and says, hey, I like this person, they're probably on my side. And that one simple assumption makes us so much more receptive to whatever they have to say next. So you can see here that similarity and trust are the real heavy hitters, but they aren't the whole story. Other things are absolutely at play. Think about the positive emotions you feel, or that sense of validation when you agree with someone in your tribe. It all works together to make saying yes just feel right. Okay, let's pull this out of the abstract and into the real world. How can you actually apply this? And I want to be super clear here. The goal is not to manipulate people. The goal is to build better, more authentic connections. It really all boils down to two simple, actionable steps. First, you focus on building a genuine connection, and second, you actively look for similarities. Let's break them down. All right, step one is all about being authentic. This is not some checklist of tricks to get what you want. It's a total shift in focus toward building a real relationship. Ask questions, sure, but more importantly, actually listen to the answers. Show a real interest in their world.
Now, step two is where you put on your detective hat. You have to pay attention, look for those little clues, shared values, common experiences. And when you find one, don't just gloss over it. Highlighting that commonality is what forges real rapport and creates a way stronger bond.
And here's the payoff. When you do this right, when that connection is real, people will actually want to support you. They'll be more open to your ideas, not because you won an argument, but because they feel a genuine connection to you. This brings us to our final and maybe the most important point of this whole discussion: using this powerful knowledge responsibly. Because with any tool of influence comes a pretty serious ethical responsibility. So here's the big takeaway. Liking used as a technique is shallow, it's flimsy, and it won't last. But liking that comes from a genuine connection, that's deep and that's lasting. If you want real long-term influence, your focus has to be on building authentic relationships, period. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. The next time you're in a conversation, at work, with friends, wherever, are you just hunting for a quick yes, or are you searching for a real point of connection? Because the answer to that will define the kind of influence you truly have. Thanks for joining me.